Guys, Jojo here. Welcome back. You know what time it is. Today we got a big one. You can tell by all the evolutions. We're obviously going to be doing a prismatic video, but we have all three out, not just because we're chasing something in prismatic. We're trying to call out our EVs because today we do have a prismatic opening. We're going to be opening up prismatic ETBs. You know it's not the Georgia Sword channel if we're only opening up one of these bad boys. In total, today's prismatic pack opening is gonna be 12 ETBs. We got 12 of these bad boys to open up, 108 packs. So today's opening is gonna be, a potent prismatic pack opening. So we're gonna go ahead and see what we're gonna get from these 108 packs of prismatic, all from ETBs. We've had some luck with big openings, but we've also had horrible luck with big openings. The only thing we're expecting or hoping for is at least one alt. And as long as it's not the Ogre Pawn masks, like Ugo says, we're happy with it. If they're only Ogre Pawn masks, it's going to be a pretty sad ending to this. But I'm hoping for at least a God pack, because it won a God pack. We haven't gotten a God pack. We've gotten a demigod. Now we just need the God pack. And hopefully in these 108, we'll be able to get that. So make sure to stick around and see what we get. Ready? A little bit of delay right there, opening up all that stuff. We have 108 packs to open up. We have here our helper is going to be a Pichu pin because we don't got an evolution pin, but we're going to go ahead and start. Like I said, hopefully here we're going to be able to pull at least one alt. That's what we're hoping for. One alt. We'll see how long it takes us to do that, but that's what we're expecting from this video. Just one alt, and as long as it's not an Ogre Pawn, we are happy with that. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing the big ones where I just skip to the end, because now we have a different way of doing it. We got our two to start us off, and again, Pokeballs and Apex or just whatever here. So since this is just a mega opening, I'm gonna be laying the cards out like this. It's gonna get full. It's gonna get full. You guys know it is, but hopefully it gets full with useful cards or some good stuff and not just Pokeballs, which more than less, where it's going to be Pokeballs more than anything. We already know that, but hopefully at least here you guys will see with the video what it takes to get anything here in prismatic. You can get lucky always. There's always that type of possibility, but from what we've seen, prismatic is more traumatic than anything. We've had our luck here and there, but it is more traumatic than prismatic. And even though this is an ETB, 9 packs should have stuff in them, but it always comes down to what we could get. And here our Brazius is our first one. I am going to put him on a throne. He is a full art, but hopefully he doesn't stay here till the end, because if he does, it's going to be a very sad thing for us here at this point. Just one full art so far, meaning our ETB still could have some good stuff. I'm going to be putting this to another side because I'm just going to keep knocking it down. Probably right there in the corner. But at this point, you could probably hear it in my voice as well. I don't really expect much from prismatic. Hopefully, Ugo-wise, me too. We can get at least one alt, which would be the... Hell yeah, there we go. We got our alts, and it's not an Ogre Pawn mask, so we're happy about that. We got our first alt. Now that we have that at least one alt, hopefully we can just keep getting more of these guys. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to its own throne. Gold throne, obviously, it's the alt, and hopefully it'll stay there. Now with this, I'm kind of hoping it'll be a change from what prismatic usually is, but again, you never know with the kind of luck that you get from prismatic. That's in an ETB. So our first ETB and our first hit, hopefully that's a sign that all these ETBs will have something. Who knows? That's very unlikely and very high hopes of me, but if the first one is starting off with an alt, why can't we dream and expect something from every single one, right? But here in our other pack, we got our Pokeball, Pyroar, and nothing in there. Again, Pokeballs are going to be coming out left and right here, and if not, that would be weird, but we already got 2 Pokeballs here, and this is still the first ETB. We have 4 more packs, And we're already with something big. Hopefully by the end of this, you guys will see a bunch of alts and not just one. Hopefully the high point of the video isn't right at the beginning and then everything else is a downpour from there. Well, we will see. Got our Slowpoke Master Ball. Very good. So there we go. This ETB was a big one. We had a Master Ball and an EX here in this one. But it's a big one because usually these ETBs, or usually in Prismatic in general, Pokeballs and full arts and EXs are the norm. Master Balls and alts are the layout, are the ones that are difficult to get. But here we got an alt and a Master Ball. It is a Slowpoke, so maybe it's not the best Master Ball. Obviously the Evolutions are the best ones, but it's a Master Ball nonetheless. We're happy with that. We're just going to keep it going and see if any of these last packs give us something, which would be the best at this point. We got our Pokeball and our Okie Dokie. So 2 packs left. We got 2 big things already, and we're still getting more stuff. So hopefully the rest of these maybe have one more big thing, maybe another alt, not maybe another alt, maybe another full art, maybe another Pokeball, maybe EX, but one more should be probably what this box has. If not, what we got so far is already big stuff going, but happy to see that we finished the mission pretty quickly. We got our alt at the start. Now let's get another alt. The mission's gonna keep going. Let's get as many alts as we possibly can. We got first ETB, 1 alt. We'll see how many of these ETBs carry alts. Secondary will be probably Master Balls. How many of these have Master Balls in them? But that's our first ETB. 1 Master Ball, 1 alt. So let's keep it going. Second ETB. It's going to be a long one, guys. I can already tell. Even though the first ETB, we went through it pretty fast. I'm pretty sure, obviously, after 12 ETBs, it's going to accumulate time-wise. So make sure you're ready for a long video here. We're going to see what ends up coming out in all these all together. Have some stats by the end, and we'll see how it turns out. And by stats, I mean I'll probably say how many A specs, how many Pokeballs, how many EX, full arts, masters, and alts came out of all of this, because obviously those are the possibilities that we can get here. So we're going to be seeing Master Ball again. Very good. So another Master Ball. Dusk Noir here. Again, second space is the Master Ball space most likely. So now dethrone our Slowpoke and throne our Dusknoir. Hopefully that's a sign that we have another big player here in this ETB. But we will see how that turns out, because again, Prismatic could be or could not be, the sense that another Master Ball. Okay, so double Master Ball in an ETB. That's freaking awesome. Haven't seen that. At least I haven't yet, but I'll take down our Dusknoir and go ahead and put our Dreepy. So again, hopefully now like that, we're going to be seeing things that we haven't seen before. I've never seen a double Master Ball in an ETB, so I don't know if you guys have. Let me know down in those comments, but that's a crazy hit, at least in my opinion, where Master Balls are not that common, and there we got 2 in the same ETB. Hopefully that doesn't mean that it took away the chances of any alts or anything. It's not like it's a booster box, so it's not taking away a space. At least I wouldn't think so, but there's always that possibility of something else coming out instead now. Got our Carmine and our Pikachu. Haven't seen Pikachu in a while. I forget that Pikachu is even in this set, but there's our Pokeball and an EX. So just put these guys in their sleeve and stick them in the back, because now we have both of our thrones out and only their respective cards are going to be taking them down. I mean, an alt will only take down our alt, and a master will only take down our master. So let's keep it going, flying through these. Still have 12 ETBs total, so you guys are in for a long one, like I said. Hopefully I'm making it as fast as possible by skipping to the back, seeing if we got anything, and then just keeping it going, because no real point in seeing all those arts at the start when we've seen Prismatic more than you could say most people could. Like I said, I live in Mexico, so more chances of me and Hugo getting stuff than normal. So not really a scalper issue here. But obviously, people still sell stuff at higher prices. We just get it when we can. And Amazon is still a big player there. So is Kingdon Collectors, the store where we buy a lot of stuff, but you get it where you can. Can't be expecting to be in a store and have stock always, right? But there's our Buddy, our Ogre, and our Noctowl, and our last pack. Here, right here, again, with this, our 2 Master Balls did take away a lot of other stuff, because I think we just got an EX and a Pokeball besides those 2 Master Balls, which it's fine, because again, 2 Master Balls, something we really don't see very often. Here in our last pack, ETB number 2. Gonna go straight to the back. Got our Festival Grounds, Espeon, and Flareon. So that's number 2. So number 3, just gonna keep on going. Fly through these, see if there's anything. Again, so far, again, 2 ETBs, 3 Master Balls. Like I said, was not expecting the double Master Ball there, but that means we're starting off pretty good here. We got 2 Master Balls already, nothing in that pack. In 1 ETB, we have 3 in total, and we're on our 3rd ETB, so that goes ahead and tells you that either we're starting off very strong, and hopefully we're going to keep going from there, because we also have our alt, and hopefully it's just going up and not a go down from there, and gonna have everything be lesser than that, because again, stats will be at the end. I'll show every stat at least, because I'm not gonna mention each hit that we got. It's a lot of hits gonna be from all these ETBs. Obviously, if they're big hits, I'll mention them, but these Pokeballs are probably not gonna be shown at the end, unless it's a big one like an Evolution, which is probably the only big Pokeball that'd be worth showing. But other than that, we're definitely not going to show the Pokeballs at the end. Master Balls, yes. And EXs, probably 1 of each. It all depends how many things we're going to get from here. Because again, not even EXs could be expected from here. Can't really trust in... Oh, Vaporeon EX. Very good. Listen, first EX at least from the Evolutions. But can't really trust our Prismatic or Traumatic with anything, not even EXs. So there's your code. We'll just see if anything worthwhile keeps coming up from these guys. We don't know. There's another Master Ball. Very good. So far each ETB has at least had a Master Ball, even though this one maybe is not that much, or not playable, not that much playable, I mean, not as playable. But we're going to be changing, at least the Master Ball throne is going to be changing. Hopefully we can change the throne over there with Iron Valiant as well, because I'll probably just leave it like that. If we get an alt, we'll change the alt, and we get a Master Ball, we'll change the Master Ball. So you guys can be seeing some change there. If not, it's going to be very stale seeing the same thing on the throne the entire video. Let's go. 3 left for box number 3, ETB number 3. Let's see. Again, got a Master Ball. Happy with that. Let's see how many more of these come out. But there's our Airy, our Carmine, and our Airy. Our one that's regular trainer, and the one that has a second life as part of Team Yell. It changes very much, at least. But there we go. Our Airy and our Carmine, our little trainers. We'll just keep them going. 2 more. And then we'll be going to box number 4. And we got 12 in total, guys. So let me know down in those comments what you think about the mega opening here with 12 ETBs of Prismatic. And what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to get any more alts? We got it on the first ETB. Will we get any more by the end of this? Let me know. But last pack here in box number 3. Let's see how we finish off. If anything else comes out. at least one more thing would be good, no matter what it is. Pokeball, so Pokeball there, and that's it. So Sneasel is our last one for box number 3. Number 4, let's see how number 4 turns out. Now I'm just going to be going by numbers. This is number 4, basically like that, because again, they're all ETVs, so really no point in saying ETV number. I'm just saying number 4 here. We'll see how this one turns out. Another Master Ball maybe. At least that would be the best. Well, not the best. We could obviously get an alt. That would be the best. But so far, we've had one Master Ball per ETB at least. Because again, one of those was a double. We'll see how this goes by the end of this one. Will we have another one? Won't we? We will see. But we probably won't. Or we probably could. It always depends. We got our A-Spec and our Pokeball there. And these guys just go straight to the back because nothing really covering. Or on the front, it depends again. I'm just going to be sticking on the back most likely. Later on, you'll see some movement. But just run around, sticking them back, front, wherever, as long as we're piling them up. And you guys are seeing how the pile will be growing. But Prismatic again. Everything here could be good or bad depending on your luck. We've had some good luck, some bad luck. Compared to other people, I imagine the luck is very good or bad as well. I've seen videos where people open up their first pack and they get a God pack. So it goes to show you it's the luck of the draw always. But depends on what kind of stuff you're getting. Again, we're getting all ETBs. I've seen those in ETVs. I've seen those in binders. I've seen them in the pouch collection. You can get God packs in anything, basically, but it always depends on what you choose, obviously. So always gamble at the end. Got our Pokeball there for the Earthen Vessel, which again, Earthen Vessel is a useful card at least. So getting it in a different rarity makes people like it and want it. So at least we got that Pokeball there, and we'll see if any of these boys come out. Because again, now with what I've been seeing, I want at least a Master Ball. If not, well, there's that letdown of the video. But again, with just a Master Ball, things would be different. If not, getting an alt, all this changes the perspective of what we're getting, obviously, because again, Prismatic, we have our name for it. You guys probably do too, but again, we haven't pulled anything super big. We've gotten an alt. We got our second EX evolution at least, which is just Eevee, but that's the breaks there where maybe you'll get something, maybe you won't. And here, so far, that Eevee is probably our best card here, number 4. So let's see if in these last 2 packs we can get one more. Just one more. Just one more. There's our Dark Energy. And skip in. We got another EX. There's just one more, like I was saying. But we still have one more pack, so who knows? It's always luck in the end. We'll see how this one turns out. But again, double EX there, so possibilities are lower. Let's see if we can get our Master Ball, which would be our first ETB without one, which is probably the norm. Which, because here's our Pokeball, no Master Ball in that one, no alt either, obviously. But that's basically number 4, being our first, not to give us anything pretty worthwhile. Number 5, let's change the pace here. Hopefully with that little change we'll have something good. Obviously it's just my mentality, but we'll see the change here. There's your codes. Hopefully these are at least for y'all, because I don't use them, so hopefully you guys get something out of them. If not, whatever, it's just something a little extra for those of you that watch. Really appreciate you guys watching, so at least the codes will be useful. Seeing what we get and our reactions to getting. Thanks for everyone that's been subscribing and joining and sticking around. Hopefully you guys are liking these. because I still have a lot left to be uploaded, so hopefully you guys stick around and check them out. But there's our Master Ball here. That's our Master Ball. You could say that we have been getting one Master Ball per ETB, because that one with the double goes up against the one that had nothing. But again, so far we have had one ETB without one, so I'm not gonna go ahead and just say that, but average wise we've been having one per, so that's some good averages there, and we'll just keep it going. That one was our first with a double that had something worthwhile, so that was a Master and a Pokeball. Let's see if we get anything else big like that. Again, Master Balls are big because you're not guaranteed them. Again, it's just like the alts, but obviously if we see alts, that's what we want to see. But again, the ones we don't want to see are the masks. The only reason we don't want to see them is because after all this big hubbub and difficulties and pulling and opening everything to get an alt, and it being basically the lowest value ones, not like we're not happy to get an alt, but they are the least valuable. They are the least sought after, I think. But now at this point, we've finished the master set. Now we're just trying to see with this opening if Traumatic or not gives us some good stuff. So far, just Iron Valiant and a lot of Master Balls. So we're just gonna keep it going, see if by the end what ends up happening, and if any of these end up being worthwhile or not after our first ETB. Should we have stopped after the first one, or is it okay that we have kept going? We'll see how it turns out by the end of that. Very nice. Iron Crown and a time. Who cares about time? But Iron Crown, another one. We got our Iron Valiants and an Iron Crown. Now here, I'm going to be taking down our Valiants, like I said, because our alts taking down our alts. And that way you guys can see some change at least happening here. And I'll just be putting down our boy right there, so that the throne is still Master Ball and alt. But as I was speaking about it, it goes and shows you that we do get another alt at least, and it's not the mask, so that's a good one there. Happy to see that we did get the alt and it wasn't just a mask. So Iron Crown and Iron Valiant. We have Iron Leaves and Iron, I think Iron Leaves? I don't remember. Probably not. I don't remember which ones are in here, but could we get another Iron maybe? With our luck, how it's gone, maybe we will. Because usually when that happens, we do get a lot of the Irons. But there we got our Pupitar and our Pokeball of Pupitar. I was going to say our Pokeball Umbreon, but Umbreon was just our holo. And our last pack. See what ends up happening here. But again, another ETB with a Master Ball and an alt. So that's a good one there. So far, you could say only one ETB has been a bust, because that one is the only one that didn't give us a Master Ball. But here in our last pack, just our Ace Spec. But again, another ETB with a Master Ball and an alt, which I'm happy about and happy to see is not a mask. So number 7, guys. No, not number 7. Number 5. We still have 7 left. But number 5 or number 6. At this point, I don't really care. I'm already tired of Prismatic. Even though we're getting good stuff, I prefer opening other things than Prismatic. But as long as we are proving our point here, I'm happy to check out what we get. Got so far 2 alts and a bunch of masters, which would be usually difficult to say, but we are getting the Master Balls here, so happy to see that as well. Even the Dreepy and the Dusknoir are playable as well, so that's good. They are used, so they will go. Always depends on what kind of Master Ball, because we could get Master Balls that obviously aren't worth anything. But again, we're not going, oh yes, very good, another EX. At least I'm happy with these, that they're the Evolutions. because obviously the biggest EXs are the evolutions. So far we've gotten 3. Vaporeon, Eevee, and Flareon. Let's see if by the end we can see all the variants, which would be dope if that's possible. But again, doesn't mean it's gonna happen. We have a couple left, and obviously Umbreon is the biggest of the boys there. But just pull in one of them changes it a little bit, because they are basically some of the chases. Even though they are just EXs, they are evolutions, and people search for evolutions obviously. But let's keep it going here. Box number 5. We'll see how it turns out by the end. How many more of these will have something worthwhile, or are we just going downhill? Stick around and figure out, because we were going downhill with the Iron Valiant being our first, and then nothing came out until our 4th. See after our 4th how long it'll take to get another big one, if it takes at all. But got our Pokeball, and just that. Our Slowking Pokeball. We got our Slowpoke Master. Got a Slowking Pokeball. Now we just need one Master Ball of Slowking. We would have both of them. But again, all depends what turns out and what shows up. But here, obviously, we're hunting for the alts. As long as there's not any masks, we'll be happy with whatever alt comes out. And again, can't really be expecting alts always, so a Master Ball is a nice little treat while we're doing the hunt. So box number 5 here, about to end. We got one more pack after this. See how it turns out. But we got our Regigigas, Archlodon, and I think it was Flareon at the end. And our last pack for box number 5, which no Master Ball and no alt. Let's see if here in the last ones we get something. We got back Maximum Belt. Oh, it's just a Pokeball. Jolteon and Sylveon. So I think we've seen this before. This A-Spec took the Pokeball spot. This would have been a Master Ball, and then this would have been our evolution. But we got 2 evolutions at least right there. A Pokeball is a Jolteon and our Sylveon EX. Now we have one left on the EX, a few left on the EXs, but one less with that Sylveon. And we just need Espeon, Umbreon, Jolteon, Leafeon, and Glaceon. So a couple less there. But this Maximum Belt did take the spot where it would have been Pokeball, Master Ball, and EX. But a triple pack nonetheless. Very good. So you could probably tell there has been some movement. I went ahead and took out all the Pokeballs there, because now it's just becoming a big ass pile. And I left the big stuff. Pokeballs, I'll still be putting them back there. But again, once it starts to get a little big, the pile at least, it will be changed out. But let's keep it going here with box number 6. There's our first Pokeball, Duskull, and our Sandy Shocks. First repeated EX, I think, because we hadn't had a repeat till now. But our first pack had a Pokeball. I just got rid of all the Pokeballs, and we got a Pokeball nonetheless. At least useful Pokeball he is played, so I'll just put him there in the back, and we'll keep it going. Box number 6 here. I checked again, and we got 5 Master Balls with our Execute and 2 alts. So goes to give you a little bit of the numbers. If you're trying to search for something, I think Prismatic is better that you just go ahead and find it with someone else, someone that already has it. That way you guys aren't searching forever. But usually like that with every set. If you're looking for a specific card and you're trying to rip him, it's going to be a lot harder than just grabbing it or finding it somewhere else. There's our, again, another EX that's repeated, our Terrapagos, and at this point, we're going to be seeing a lot of repeat stuff. We got our Kieran. At least we got Kieran and Carmine now right there, but a lot of these EXs are just going to be repeats at this point. If they're evolutions, that's great. If not, then either way, we're still getting something out of there. But we're missing a lot of evolutions now. Again, the mission's going to be changing over and over, but our evolution there is one of those missions. We got to keep it and seeing how much of each we got, but we'll keep checking and seeing if any of these. Prime Catcher used to be a bigger one than it is now, but a big card in the A specs. At least it's useful, but was a lot more sought after in earlier Pokemon openings than it is now. I'm pretty sure at one point it was worth like $30, $40, and now it's probably at a pretty low level. We'll check it and put it on the screen for you at this time, at least the prismatic one. But there's another Slowking. Again, Pokeballs is going to be repeating too as well at this point, so no worries there. But box number 7, box number 6, box number 7 actually, huh? Yeah, because again, I'm losing count at these points. When I see the piles and I'm just like, oh, there's 5 left, so it should be this one. So yes, box number 7 here. That's pretty sad. Now the Prime Catcher is worth $1. It used to be a very big card. Obviously, it came out when it came out in a different set. I don't remember which set it was, but now at least that Prime Catcher is only $1. And obviously, if you can get it for $1, why would you go after it when it's worth, I don't know, 10, 20, 30, right? Pretty sure people obviously know which one is which. The bottom shows which one it is, but for the super small text at the bottom, it's like when you're a player, you probably wouldn't care about that. You're just going for a Prime Catcher, just get that one. But there's our Pokeball again, a Jolteon. Regular old Pokeball, not a Master Ball, which Jolteon would have been very good at a Master Ball. But another Pokeball for Jolteon. So far, box number 7 is also in the stinker. Nothing big here. No Master Ball, no Alt. Not really a good EX. Only thing so far, I think, has been that Jolteon. And here in our last pack, let's see how it turns out. We got our Glaceon, Lacey, and Roaring Moon for box number 7. Number 8. So again, we started strong, and then we waited till number 4, and now we're at number 8. So let's see if that has anything to do with it in the number-wise, number categories. Will the number change it, or does that not matter? Which it usually doesn't. There's our Pokeball, and he will just go. There's our Master Ball too. So now I got the Master Ball and the Pokeball. Usually when it comes down to that, we probably don't have the reverse in all that we've opened. But again, that's what happens when you're going for a master set. Sometimes the big stuff ends up coming out for the full collection than the little stuff. But there's our code. We've got our Leo starting us off. Heatran, Pinsir, Monkey Dory. Again, nothing to write home about. So far, last box was another sad one where we didn't get anything big. Our Jolteon Pokeball was the biggest one. Nothing super big coming out of those. But there's our Shaman and our Vaporeon, which these guys just come out. Looks like he's wearing a scarf, but again, I think that's part of his evolution. So it's not like he's wearing clothes or anything like that. It's like in all the other ones. Right there, Iron Valiant looks like it's wearing a dress, but that's his evolution. He has that as part of him. It's not like it's going to come off. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen Pokemon episodes where they're wearing something like clothes and then they take it off. Probably weird because that is part of their evolution. It's their clothes. Like in Sock and Throw, we're both wearing their Ogi. I don't remember what it's called, but their sashes and stuff. Pretty sure those don't come off. So even though they look like clothes, they are wearing it, but it is part of their skin, I think. Like this guy, he can take that off, but on Pokemon, I'm pretty sure they can't. Got our Rhyhorn. At least we're getting full arts that are different. We haven't pulled the same full arts, but we got our Rhyhorn right here, our professor guy, and she's also a teacher, professor, because again, she is in the school, so probably could call her a professor as well, but the professors are the big ones in the story, not like that where you don't have a Pokédex or anything, but they're probably just the teachers, because in certain schools you call them professors, but that's like a college, and we're like in an elementary school in Scarlet and Violet, so wouldn't technically be professors or anything like that. But now our last 3 here in box number 8. Will we get anything? Or now are we on the downfall of this part of the video? But again, maybe in another one we'll have something else that comes out. But there's our Pokeball of Slowpoke. Now we have both of those, Pokeball and Master Ball. Now we just need the Master Ball for Slowking, but them's the breaks. No Master Ball here so far yet at all, so it's probably going to be another letdown ETB, which is more common than you guys think. Again, we're opening up 12 ETBs in total, so at this point 2 of them have been good, and then another 3 have been pretty nice with the Master Balls. But now it's more common to get just some EXs and Pokeballs, obviously, which is what happens in Prismatic than in other ones. But our last pack here got a Prime Catcher, and that's where it finishes. So Prime Catcher to finish number 8. Number 9, guys, number 9. ETB number 9, and again, like U was telling me, we're pretty lucky to get even any alt. So there's people that have opened way more than this and they don't get alt, so we're lucky as hell to get 2 alts with the ETBs that we've opened up so far. But again, number 9 and another Flareon. So again, Ugo was also telling me that this is actually a pretty useful card. People look for it, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with the first attack, the Burning Charge. Lets you search for 2 energies. So once you have a fire energy, and again, it's a normal energy, because usually with those Terra Crystal Pokemon, they ask for different types of energies, obviously. But with a fire and then whatever other energy, because again, those normal signs mean that it can be whatever energy. You just need those 2 and basically have Flareon attack and lets you search for 2 energies. Start your bench Pokemon with a higher energy start, obviously, or you could have those ones that have super high energy starts. It's not super easy to kill because it's like 300 something again with the health. So it's a nice little starter Pokemon to get with, and I think it is a starter. Pretty sure. I don't know if it considered a basic. Usually those EXs are basics, not stage 1. So you do need to evolve it at least. But again, stage 1 to stage 2, not as difficult compared to people that, some people only carry stage 2 Pokemon in their games. But stage 3, just rare candy, solves that issue. But again, people find it a lot easier to just do 1 to 1. No worries about rare candy. You don't lose the space for the rare candy because you have a certain amount you can have in the deck, etc., etc. I don't play the game, but I do know usually that's what goes around with that kind of stuff. But already halfway through the box here, nothing to write home about, at least. Again, if we get another alt number 3, I'll be happy with that, because again, at least that means 1 per 3. But we have 12 total, so we'll see if that 1 per 3 happens. Got our Slowpoke there. But if not, again, we're on the down, because so far nothing big has come out after getting our Iron Crown. I don't think even a Master Ball. No, not even a Master Ball. So our Execute has been there for a while. Getting another Master Ball would be nice too, because at least some change in scenery there. But that's how the cookie crumbles here. Can't really be expecting anything to come out of Prismatic or in Traumatic, because stuff is super hard to come out here. Even though after, I think these are just part of the reprint now at this point. I think it changed a little bit, got a little easier than what it used to be like, because before, I'm pretty sure you guys remember, if you've been on the channel for a while, since we uploaded some Prismatic before, that stuff was hardly ever showing up. And then in newer Prismatic videos, you could see In one of those, we got obviously our demigod, and then we've pulled stuff like Goldango and those types of things. So goes to show you, it's kind of the luck of the draw. Or at this point, Lugia! I forgot this guy's here too. At this point, it's part of what comes out and what's repeated the most. But last pack here, number 9, box number 9, finishing off right here. Let's see how we end up, but nothing at the start. We got our A-Spec Pokeball and nothing else there, but number 9 finishes like this. Number 10, let's see if anything happens here again. If not, we'll just skip. Again, we're just skipping through each one either way, so you guys will see how it turns out. But there's our Iron Boulder, Houndour, and Sylveon. Not that worried about skipping the cards here, because God pack probabilities are less and less with the least packs that we have. But again, hope is the last thing that goes here, even though it is traumatic. There's our Leafeon, very good. Another evolution, one less of the ones that we're looking for. And I'm saying looking for, it's not like we need them, but now at this point, seeing the different EVs, I do want to see all of them. We need our Glaceon, our Jolteon, our Umbreon, and our Espeon now. 4 more. But at least an Evolution EX is a nice one. But obviously, that Leafeon in its alt form, I really like that one. So that's obviously a big chase here in Prismatic. All the evolutions are obviously big chases here, but the ones we're getting are not the evolutions, obviously. Pretty sure maybe the evolutions only come with other EVs, because we've pulled Flareon at least, and I think he did not come with other evolutions, so don't know how right or wrong that is. But there's our Professor Turo, but I think it's harder for other evolutions to come out, obviously, by themselves. Usually they're mostly going to come out with their God Pack friends. Like that Flareon came out by itself, but that Flareon could have been an Umbreon, but no, it didn't come out there. So I don't know, maybe it's only possible in the God Pack, who knows. But there's our Fanrotom and our Roaring Moon. Goes to show you, you never know when you're going to pull something or the possibilities of pulling that thing. Obviously, Pokemon says it's random, but Umbreon is the hardest one to find. Should have the same amount of possibilities compared to the other alts, but no. It's basically the hardest one to find, just like the evolutions. So, there's the breaks. Probably should just get the card instead of just buying packs, guys. But there's our Lopunny and our Umbreon Holo. Haven't had this Lopunny, or probably at this point, I don't know. It's all mixing together, guys. Bunch of Pokeballs here and there. No Master Balls since our last Master Ball, which again, we started super strong. We had an ETB with 2 Master Balls, and now we can't even pull a Master Ball. So it goes to show you, just as hard basically as the alts. Or not really, because we got 5 of the Masters and only 2 alts. But it's hard nonetheless. And here, our last pack, box number 10. Let's see how it goes. Anything worthwhile, or just another little ending to box number 10. 2 boxes left, guys. Box number 11. Let's see if in these last 2 we can break that little curse we're having now at this point with our Prismatic. Started off super strong and now on the low. But let's see. Last 2 boxes, so goes to show you, even though a lot of Prismatic to start, there is an end to it at some point. But we got our Pokeball there, our Hawlucha, and I'm not even bothering putting the Pokeballs in the back anymore. Those are all no Pokeballs right there, so I'm just gonna put them to the side because, again, I have to go through them and separate them once I do that. So I'm just gonna put them to the side now. No real point putting them there in the front. you guys are seeing what they are anyways. So after that, I just put them to the side now. Still the EXs I mix up in there and the full arts, but now the Pokeballs have gotten a little too much at this point, in the sense that that pile there is probably the same amount in the Pokeballs. So I'm just gonna put those to the side, count them at the end, tell you guys how much was in each, because at that point as well, I'm not gonna show you every single Pokeball because you guys already saw them anyways. But packs, just keep going through these boys, see if there's anything worthwhile in them or not, because again, last two, we'll see if they give us anything, which at this point, oh my god, hell yeah. And it's Flareon again, guys. Our third Flareon, but hey, I'm happy with that. Freaking finally back on the up and up. Our Flareon our third alt, but our first evolution. So it happened to be in box number 11. So goes to show you how we organize it too, is just random as hell, because the first box had an alt, box number 4 or 5 had an alt, now number 11. So much separation, but hey, happy with that. I don't care about the rest. I don't care about the other box. If we get nothing, that's fine. Obviously, we would prefer to get something, but I was already getting down in the dumps because we weren't getting anything anymore, and we ended up with an evolution, which I think the edge is kind of scratched, but that's fine. We got an evolution nonetheless. Like, look at the edge. It's kind of on the top, not that much, but it's like on the top of the card. It's not the edge specifically, so it changes it a little bit. So that's that. Either way, like we're saying, perfect for trades, and it's finally something came out of these. Even though it is another Flareon, like I was telling earlier, for some reason we're just getting Flareons now, but it's an evolution from the Prismatic Traumatic sets. At least we pulled it, so happy with that. Now we got our last two here in this ETB, and we'll finish hopefully strong with one more to go. But there's our Noctowl, Pyroar, and Vaporeon. And last pack for number 11. We got one bad boy left here to go. We'll see how it turns out. But there's our pack. And I'm not expecting anything here anymore because after that Eevee or our Flareon, but can't say no to the end of that. But number 11, finishing strong. So number 12, guys, number 12 to finish off. Let's see if this last one has anything in it. If not, then number 11 should have been number 12, finishing with a Flareon, but that's how it ended up getting organized, which is fine. Again, it's not like we know what's in these anyways, and we're just gonna put them wherever they end up being, right? But that's our first Tyranitar in the video, so still seeing some of the cards in the set right there. Goes to show you again what's more common than other stuff. But let's see. Again, I'm just trying to see now. Will we get another Master Ball? Another what Pokeballs we're getting? Got our Noctowl right there. But how many more of these? If we get another alt, will we get another alt? I doubt it, because now with that, out of the 12 boxes, 3 have already given us something. So again, goes to show you the luck. We haven't had a Master Vault since our Execute 2, so we'll get one more to finish off. Again, it all depends on your luck, how it ends up going. But we got our Archludon right there, and we got 6 packs to go. So almost done with the potent pack of Prismatic opening. Let's see how we finish off. Again, not gonna lie, we did get some good stuff, at least our alts, because compared to other videos we've seen, people open more than this and they get less than we've gotten, so pretty happy with that for us. But again, always good to see more and more stuff, right? But we got our Regigigas and our Knockdown one. 4 more to go. Now we're just on the countdown point at this. Add your code. And let's see if we can get something else. Obviously, that's what we want. But there's our Professor. Hey, there's an Umbreon. So that's a good EX nonetheless. Again, the best one to get of the Evolutions. And it's another one that I was saying of the Evolution search. There's our Umbreon. We missed out on Glaceon and Jolteon and Espeon. So 3 basically ended up being left out. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get them, but let's see. But again, there's the breaks. Last box had our Umbreon EX. Not any big Umbreon, which would have changed the course of the video completely at the end. But 2 packs left, guys. Let's see how they turn out. I would say at this point now, we are pretty lucky with what we've gotten. We got an Evolution, so can't really complain about that. There's our Dusclops and another Lugia, another big boy there. You guys know me and know that I'm a big Lugia fan, so another Lugia is a nice one to see. And our last pack, let's see if we can pull some magic here. But there's our energy. Go to the back. We end up with a Goldeen, a Master Ball to finish off number 12. Very good. Gonna change our throne here in the last one, and this is our last pack, guys. So last pack magic ended up giving us our little Master Ball card to change the throne at the end. So to do our summary, guys, I'm just gonna show a big splash on the screen basically of what we got and tell you how many was. But our A specs, we had these guys, 7 of them in total. Pokeballs, we had 35 of these bad boys in total. With the EXs, we had 16 in total. And then here with what we have left, our full arts, Master Balls, and alts. These I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys, but with our full arts, we had 5 in total. 2 times a Brazius, an Airy, and a Rayfort. Then with our Master Balls, we had 6 Master Balls, so half of the boxes. Our Slowpoke, Noibat, Bronzor, Execute, Dreepy, and Dusknoir. And then our alts, obviously the big show of the video, our triple alts for the entire video, 12 boxes. But hey, gold crown nonetheless for these guys. Our Iron Crown with our Iron Crown, obviously, but no, all 3 of them get the gold crown here because they are the MVPs. Obviously, Flareon is the MVP, the one that obviously a lot of people search for, the ones that you want to get. But that was our potent pack opening of Prismatic, guys. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments. A big one there. Hopefully you guys ended up being here. Thanks to those of you that ended up getting all the way to the end. And go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video, guys, if you haven't. Let more people see what we're kind of opening and adds more people to the community, more people to watch, more people to enjoy. But that's been the video, guys, and I've been Georgiasaur. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night whenever you're watching. Peace out.